Lights, camera, spotlights, and a rubber. Oh. Wait, that's the wrong list. I'm so sorry guys, sorry. I just also work on films. And then I have to shoot this. Okay, wait a minute, am I the main character in this? Why is there so much text?
Oh, I'm supposed to be there.
Cool. Okay, by the way, I have no idea what's written there. I'll just play along, that's all. Yeah, to this text. Wait a minute. Stupid information. Listen, when they talk about the Golden Age, many people remember version 1.8.9. But did you know that in this version you could spawn a dragon? Not just any dragon from a mod, but an ender dragon. With a dragon egg. Now try to do that and get only an enderman. Okay, let's film it all already. Go ahead. It's nice to look at the old Minecraft footage and say, it was better before. Come on to this topic, agree. And maybe my owls will offend or excite someone? Stop, wrong scenario again. Let's continue. I will provide such as my opinion. But I will look at it from both sides. I will take their opinion and their experience in the development of Minecraft from these communities. So listen to me carefully. Oh, and translate the text for you. Listen, this is not my job. I'm just voicing, that's all. And anyway, I've been enslaved here. Help. A question that the first player would like to answer. That the old Minecraft was better than the latest versions. Hi, what things did the old Minecraft overshadow or do better than the current versions? For me, it's definitely the old lighting system. In the older versions, it would get quite dark after sunset, unlike in the modern versions where it's not any darker and is easier to see. It kind of added a bit more of a challenge when it came to surviving the first couple of days. This might not be a popular opinion, but I think the earlier versions of animals were more sensible in terms of difficulty. You kill a pig or a cow now and you're guaranteed 2 or 3 pieces of meat, which makes the game a lot easier. This wasn't the case at all in the earlier versions, because sometimes you wouldn't even get a drop, which made the game a lot harder and therefore more interesting for me. The best thing is the food. Can put pressure on you, but it's intrusive when you're safe in your base. Fewer, but more targeted blocks. Limiting creativity generating builds, both technically and aesthetically. Less focus, intentional or not, on the role-playing of villagers and adventurers. More balanced difficulty. No non-building movement methods. Running over wings, etc. All in all of these things really made the base building aspect of Minecraft shine. And that's great, because what makes a building? Survival focused. Combat and exploration in Minecraft will always suck compared to other genres. But voxel technology makes the perfect game for building, shaping, and changing the world. Edit. To be fair, some things were added later. Also good in this regard were the changes to nurse, for example. And animal breeding. The bow changes, abandoned buildings, some redstone blocks are very purposeful. Those too. I forgot about beds, but like other people, I've already concluded that skipping a night without consequences devalues the base building. Basically, instead of beds, you can have mobs that only spawn in underground caves. And functionally it will be the same. If the world was simulated quickly so that mobs could get to you, it would make it better. But take the cheese. From the Night Pass. The next site is Cura. Curii. It's usually spelled Curii, but I'm going to call it Cura, whatever. Minecraft has gotten better or worse since Microsoft bought it. And here's what Hungry Joe wrote. I'd say that's pretty much the same thing. I mean, at some point, where else are you going to go? They at least still support it on PC, consoles, and mobile. They released new creatures and even made a female avatar. The default one is named Alex. Sorry, I can't, Sorry, it's just like 110 distracts him. Okay, I'll keep voicing it. Which you can choose besides the Shiva option. Plus, they have a more developed version of Minecraft for consoles now. Anyway, it took a while, but I think it still worked out well despite the consoles having more microtransactions. Besides, Minecraft had to reach its peak eventually. And thanks to mods, people could play the game the way they wanted. And they still play the way they want. I saw that Magacrossedon Portraiture is not the best advertised, and took their time updating Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Also, if it had been assigned at night, he would have charged for mods anyway. There were. Whether it was on consoles or PC, I'm not sure, but here's a tweet. And I double-checked, it's a real tweet, Swatchuha. I'll leave it in the description as a last resort too. Remember how people got mad at me for not letting people charge for mods? Remember how this made me leave Mojang in the first place? In case anyone didn't get it, he actually really wanted to charge for mods. It makes sense, actually. First of all, he was already selling and pirating easily. And even now, of course, it's easier to pirate, but damn, I even felt sorry for it at times at night at some points. Majors. I know, and that's good. Overnight, Marcus Pearson, who developed the game and founded Mojang, reaped the fruits of nearly a decade's work. To sell the game at just the right time and make Microsoft a staggering $2.5 billion. From its release in 2009 to the sale of the IP in 2014. He probably realized that his natural lifespan was almost at the end of its life and that he couldn't go any further or gain much popularity. It had already been done by the millions of players who had invested in it. And so the interest began to wane. So when Microsoft approached him, especially considering the amount of money they were offering, he probably couldn't believe his luck. Don't get me wrong. Minecraft is still a great game and will remain so for a long time because it doesn't rely on flash graphics or crazy gameplay mechanics. It's an open-world sandbox where imagination is limited, and that will always attract new players. Microsoft, by buying it for such an insane amount of money, mischievously thought they could squeeze more life out of it. With merch designs, subscriptions, hype phones, and pointless additions to the base game that are superfluous and offer nothing of substance. The problem is, they missed the boat, and I'll be very surprised if Michael gets even half his money back. Although I doubt it will bother Marcus. He's probably still mad at himself that Microsoft asked, and then proceeded to fill his bank account with $2.5 billion. Love it. And appreciate it. Minute of information. Fun fact. According to statistics, every 10th player who started playing Minecraft before 2016 is still playing older versions. It's like you were still listening to cassette tapes, because the music back then was real. That's it, unless it was Arabic. Phew, calm down, calm down. So, it seems to have passed, but despite the fact that these recordings are 5 years old, I will say that they are still relevant to the people and are taken seriously. But now I will try to put my point, and perhaps you will be against it or hate me, but I will say it like it is. Minecraft is a game that taught us to build different things, survive with friends and have fun. After a long time, this has not changed. We can continue to play and have fun. The problem here is not with updates, but with people, toxicity, growing up and other games. The whole wipe and all that stuff wasn't spoiled by this, but when all this appeared, we look for problems not in ourselves, but in the game. Look at yourself, take a look at yourself, and then at the game. Maybe this will really affect you. Although I would advise a person to look at himself and think carefully. Minecraft is developing and will continue to do so. We must develop. And unfortunately, such things can hardly be stopped. But what's the problem? Just download the same version again with friends and play it like in the good old days. Yes, Mahjong, Microsoft does not limit this. We can still download old versions. No one limits us. We are not limited in this. We can download all these versions and continue to play. No one forbids us. Therefore, if you do not like one version of Minecraft, you can put the one you want. It's your full right to choose. And by the way, Microsoft doesn't limit you. There are no restrictions in the agreement policy. None of. I hit my microphone. And Microsoft doesn't limit you anywhere. You can play on any versions you want. With any mods, with any things. You can continue to play all this. I'll say this, it's your right. And I'm saying that Minecraft was not the worst, and it hasn't changed. The world and the people have changed, but the game remains a game. And that's the main thing. To everyone who was with me, see you soon. See you on new adventures. If you have any questions, write to us on Discord, Telegram, wherever you want, but not in the comments. I won't read them. Okay, goodbye. Bye.